Greetings my favourite people on the internet and welcome to another episode of Retro Game On. Today we're taking a gander at Golden Axe, released on the Mega Drive / Genesis for everything that mattered in 1989. Originally this was released in the arcades, but if you don't have the space for one of these things, then this version is your next best bet. It's also available on the Virtual Console too, but vive la original hardware. You take on the role of either a dwarf named Gilius Thunderhead, and no, I didn't make that name up, a barbarian not called Conan, and an over-sexualized stereotype who wouldn't last 3 seconds in this current world. Or might, which I guess is the sad part. But hey, I'm not here to talk about sexualization, I'll leave that for another channel. No, this is a video game from the late 80s where all current social values are left behind. Playing as either 3, you're tasked with saving a king and his daughter from a very naughty man called Death Adder. Very, very naughty indeed. You'll travel across the land, or in different animals, to kick the butt of all the henchmen and women of Death Adder. At heart, Golden Axe is a very simple game. You run and slash, move on to the next screen, and then run and slash some more. On paper it sounds sort of miserable and repetitive, but trust me, it's quite a lot of fun. It is an arcade game after all. I know it sounds like a weird comparison, and it is, but the combat in this game very much reminded me of Mirror's Edge. The best strategy I found was to isolate each enemy so you don't get spammed from all sides, and quickly rotate between them while they're temporarily knocked out on the ground. Of course this game has less free running and absolutely no undertones about government spying, but I feel this ramble has a point. It does feel the same, honestly, but maybe I've just played too much Mirror's Edge and my mind automatically reverts to it and has nothing else to think about it. Who knows? But wait, there's more. While the combat is as you would expect, jumpy and stabby, you can also use magic to kick some Skeletor ass, and the ass of everyone else on screen. You can collect magic potions by attacking sprites, which are so satisfying to whack. I don't know if it's their smug little faces or what, but
Tail Smash!
That brings me to the next very cool thing. There are these rideable creatures that can kick even more ass, but they're a double-edged axe, if you will excuse the pun. You can steal them from enemies by knocking them off, but hey, fair's fair. They can knock you off too. I found if you can get all the enemies to one side of the screen somehow, you can kick some fantasy butt even more so. The enemies you'll be annihilating in this game are quite what you expect for a medieval fantasy beat-em-up game. There are skeletons, knights, and lots of awesome other critters which are waiting for you to fight. From there you have the standard boss fights, and yeah, nothing that special here, except everything has been done quite well, making it well worth playing. The main chunk of the game is the arcade mode, which is what you'll mostly want to play, but there's also a duel mode. This is cool, as it sets you up in rounds of fights that gradually get harder. The kicker though, is that your health doesn't regenerate between rounds, so it's all down to how long you can last without kicking the bucket. There's also a beginner's mode too, oddly, which is just a watered down version of the arcade mode. This only has 3 levels, and I don't really see the point of it at all. I'd stick to the arcade mode. The graphics in this game truly create a cool world. It's all inspired by Conan the Barbarian if the Wikipedia page is to be believed, which I haven't actually seen, but I'll take their word for it. If anything, it reminds me of Discworld, which I was a huge fan of as a boy. First off, you rescue the residents of Turtle Village, which isn't a symbolic name as the whole thing is situated on the shell of an enormous turtle. From there the turtle will take you on a ride to a giant eagle, will then take you to the Death Adder's castle. I've never been into fantasy that much, I'm one of those sci-fi weirdos if anything, but the lore of this landscape really kept my interest. The graphics represent it well, with lots of detail crammed in. At best I can tell the Mega Drive / Genesis version represents the arcade original the best. The music ain't half bad, if a little bit odd at sometimes. I like the near cheesy 1980s game show music on the score screen. A part of me hopes that's deliberate. And yes, I know my scores are shitty, no need to tell me in the comment section because I'm already well aware. Otherwise the rest of the music fits in and isn't that repetitive too, which earns points of me because if you watch enough of my videos you know how much I hate that shit. The fact is, this game is fun, pure and simple. It may sound boring when I talk about the gameplay, but trust me, this is a lot of fun. I enjoyed this quite a lot. It just goes to show, even if the gameplay is simplistic, if it is balanced and tweaked enough, it will still be fantastic to play. The awesome environments and just the general awesome lore of the place really helps quite a bit too. If you come across this game, buy it. Buy it, and then play it until your hands are numb. Thanks for watching folks. Here is that part of the video where I try and persuade you to subscribe. Clicking that button will automatically bring my videos to you, so you don't have to go hunting for them. I usually release a video once a week, most are reviews, but I do other retro gaming stuff too, which can be accessed by the playlists from my channel page. I also have a Facebook page where all the latest releases are posted if that's more your style, as well as any posts from my blog. Talking about that, there is a clickable link where I write about retro gaming. Most recently is a post where I bitch and moan about resellers, so yeah, check that out if that tickles your fancy. Otherwise, there are some links to my previous 2 reviews, and yeah, that's it. Thanks again for watching and subscribing, and I'll hopefully catch you next time.